July 1954, a scorching summer day at Tokyo's Haneda International Airport. Hundreds of passengers are lining up at customs, tired from long flights. Among them is a middle-aged man, impeccably dressed in a wool suit, carrying a leather briefcase. He looks like any other businessman until he reaches the front of the line. The interaction. The customs officer asks for his passport. The man hands it over confidently. But as the officer flips through the pages, his expression changes from boredom to pure confusion. The passport looks authentic, the stamps are real, but the country listed on the cover is a place no map has ever shown. Taured. The officers pull the man aside for questioning. He speaks fluent French, some Japanese, and English. He is frustrated, not fearful. He tells them Taured is a 1,000-year-old kingdom located between France and Spain. The twist. The officers pull out a world map and point to the tiny nation of Andorra. The man's face turns pale. He gasps, "That's where Taured should be, but I've never heard of Andorra." He insists he has lived in Taured his entire life. To prove his point, he opens his briefcase. Inside, currencies from different European countries, a driving license issued by the government of Taured, and checkbooks from a bank no one has ever heard of. The Japanese authorities are baffled. They call the company he claims to be visiting. The company responds, "We have no record of this man or his business." They call the hotel where he supposedly has a reservation. The hotel says, "No such booking exists." Even more chilling, his passport was filled with official immigration stamps from previous trips to Japan and other countries. If he was a fraud with access to government-level printing presses and a history of traveling through borders that shouldn't exist. Suspecting a high-level spy or a deeply confused individual, the police escort him to a nearby hotel. He is placed in a room on the 15th floor. 2 armed guards stand outside the only door. The room has no balcony and the windows are sealed tight. The next morning, the guards knock. No answer. They burst inside. The room is empty. There is no sign of a struggle. The windows are still locked from the inside. But the real mystery was waiting at the police station. The man's passport, his strange currency, and all his legal documents, which had been locked in a high-security police vault, had also vanished. The man from Taured was never seen again. Where did he go? Investigators have debated this for decades. 1. The parallel universe. Did he accidentally slip through a thin spot in our reality from a version of Earth where Taured exists instead of Andorra? 2. The time traveler. Was he from a distant future where borders have shifted? 3. The glitch. Or was he simply a ghost in the machine of our own history? We like to think we understand the world and its borders, but stories like the man from Taured remind us that sometimes reality is much more fragile than we think. What do you believe? Was he a traveler from another dimension or the world's greatest magician? Let us know in the comments. Production tips for your video.